welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble here with your readings for September the 10th through September the 16th. And if you haven't been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I really hope that you enjoy these readings and that you'll come back again and again. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for watching and sharing and commenting. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Now, I'm sorry, my nose always itches on these readings. And that's spirit letting me know that they're here. So, I start with it. For those of you who haven't been here before, I do start with an astrological report. I will be changing the format shortly. I usually do one intro and I put it on before every video, and you can skip that if you're checking your sun, moon and rising. First of all, these are general readings, guys. So if you would like a personal reading, click on this link here. And that will give you information about a personal reading. These readings offer your sun, moon and rising, and you can also, look, I'm on Instant Go. You can ask questions 24 hours a day and for not very much money. And I'm also on Patreon, another way to give back. So you can click on this link right here for Patreon. And I post things on Patreon that I don't post anywhere else. So, you know, and also there are different tier systems. So check that out. Anyway, just take a look. Now, the astrological, so I put the astrological report, and the new format that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do an astrological reading for each sign. And I will be it'll be more individualized. But I probably won't be able to get that done till October. And as most of you know, that my mum is getting ready to transition. She's getting closer and closer. She's been moved out of a care home and into a nursing home. She was in the hospital for a bit. So, you know, it's a roller coaster ride emotionally for me. So you have to bear with me if things are a bit late sometimes. Or, you know, I may have to run off to England, you know, at the drop of a hat. So I just wanted to let you be aware of that. Now, the astrological report for the week. On the 10th, Mars moves into Aquarius. What does that mean for us? Well, it means that the energy that's going to be available to us is we could kind of jump to conclusions. Before we hear the whole story, we kind of judge things and jump on the bandwagon, and it's hard for us to let go. And on the other hand, you know, Mars is a get up and go. It's action oriented, right? And Aquarius is very balanced and, you know, always looking at every side and every option. So Mars is a little bit kind of slowed down somewhat, but the good news is when you get, you know, Aquarius is ruled by the mind. So if you get these ideas, Mars will get on it and get it finished. So that's a good thing. Now, on the 11th, the Sun is in a really nice relationship and aspect to Jupiter. Now, this is very positive energy, very exciting, very optimistic. It's energizing. You're going to feel energized and very positive about things. So it's a lovely energy. And then on the 12th, Jupiter is in a really nice relationship to Pluto. And that is like determination and powerful. And so we can kind of discover our power and develop it on that day. Oh, there we go, itching again. And then on the 16th, there's a lot more happening, but I want to try to keep these intros, these astrological reports as short as possible, because I've had some complaints. Everyone complains. Now, Mercury is in a lovely relationship with Jupiter, and that's on Sunday, on the 16th. And what does that mean? That means we could get big, brilliant ideas, right? Because Mercury is, and communication will really have, it's really nice to be out and in conversation with people, and because we'll have the gift of the gab, if you know what I mean. We'll be able to express ourselves and we'll be engaging, and that's the kind of energy that we'll have, and we'll get these brilliant ideas. So it's really a good time to kind of meditate at the beginning of the day, so you can quieten your mind and you can really recognize those ideas, and so that's very exciting. A wonderful, Jupiter's playing a big role this week. So Jupiter is all about expansion, optimism. It's a beautiful planet, and now, on the other hand, on the other spectrum of it, its shadow side, it can be about addiction. So I would say keep your focus on the positive, because that will expand. So I think it's a really good time to keep your thoughts positive and, make long-term optimistic plans. That's what I would do. That's what I'm going to do. So without further ado, let's go to your card, shall we? Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for September the 10th through September the 16th. And the first card out for you is the Wheel of Fortune. I have a feeling that you've been through a difficult time, right? And the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel has come all the way to the bottom, and now it's going to come up for you. So this is a really good look. Okay. I've got a lot of cards here for you, and I just want to process this for a minute. The Wheel of Fortune, right? Things are turning in your direction. This is a wonderful, wonderful card. And clarifying it is the Six of Cups. And in this deck, the Six of Cups is like, it's children helping children, and there's flowers in the cups, and it's really it's kind of remembering the past through rose-colored glasses, and I feel that you have to understand that, look, the past isn't always the way we see it. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. You've got the Four of Wands, which is the next card, which is a beautiful foundation, right? And this is like really a completion of something. It's celebratory. And clarifying it, you've got the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is pain, right? This is like betrayal pain. This is like an old pain. It's a pain from childhood, right? This is what Eckhart Tolle in The New Earth Awakening calls the pain body. This kind of pain is the pain that we recreate over and over again in our relationships, in our life. That from when we were, it's unresolved feelings from the past that have caused so much pain, we're almost afraid to look at it. And in the fear of not looking at it, we prolong this pain, and it keeps coming back. And we keep inviting people in our lives that create this pain all over again. So until we really look at it and we take it in and we release it, we will keep having these people come into our lives and out of our lives, creating this pain again. The next card we have for you is the Tower. This is saying that something's being removed, and I'm getting that this is a partner or somebody is being removed from your life or leaving. Look, if you don't walk away from this, it's being removed anyway. So think of the Tower like spring cleaning, right? When you start spring cleaning, the place is a mess and it's chaotic and it's horrible and it's hard. It's not easy. But the result when it's all clean is amazing, and you get rid of stuff, you clear your space. That gives you a clear mind, and it makes, it's that old saying, right? Cleanliness is next to godliness. Don't you feel fabulous and connected when your place is clean and and everything's in order? They say look at somebody's house and you can see what their mind's like, right? Don't look at my house right now. I have a Leo rising, so I am looking at this too. Now you have 2 cards clarifying the Tower. First, you have the Page of Cups, which is, kind of news of love. So I feel that this is, for some of you, it's a partner that's leaving, or, it's an ending to a relationship. It's the culmination of, a partnership, and I feel that it's a love partnership for you. And clarifying it right next to this is the Tower yet again. So the thing about the Tower is telling you that things around you are changing, right? Something's going. It can be a job. It can be an apartment. It can be a relationship, a lover, a business partnership. It can be something that is not working for you is going to be removed. If you don't remove it, it will be removed. And you're kind of not seeing this as an opportunity. Change, we all... Look, we don't like change. Change is difficult to handle sometimes. And we think that we hold on to something that we think is the best for us. But we're not understanding that there's something much better out there. And so we're holding... It's that whole thing I say to my clients. Look, you're over here picking up the crumbs. There's a great big piece of cake over there. Leave the crumbs for somebody else. The cake is here for you, darling. But we're so focused on what we think that's what we deserve. We deserve the crumbs. And if we don't get the crumbs, we won't get any cake. And that's just not true. But we don't know that, right? So when you're in pure faith and you trust that the universe, that God has a better plan for you, then you can move on. And you see, the thing is what we do is when something's going, we're in the past and we're looking at it through rose-colored glasses thinking, oh, but when that was, whenever you end a relationship, oh, but he was so good or she was so good and we had so many good times. We're not remembering the bad times. That's why so many people get back together and then they break up multiple times, because they have this romantic idea of what it was and they think of all the best things. But the reality is most of the time it wasn't like that. Yes, you have moments like that. And you had a connection a lot of the time. But some people stay in relationships way past their expiration date. Or in a job, say. Or, listen, think the Tower's here to shake you up. It's here to stop you being complacent. It's here to help you reach your potential and really kind of go out there, and you have to get up and do something about it. That's what the Tower does. The Tower gets you up and gets you out there and doing something about it. I feel that when the Tower happens for you, you're still going to be surrounded by love and you're going to have help. You've got a foundation. You've got a foundation in place, and the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your direction. So you need to know that let it go. Let the Tower go. Let it burn down. Because something much more incredible is going to be built. It's going to be so much better than that. It's going to be an updated version, darling. And so what I have to say to you, Leo, is this pain that you keep creating by bringing the same situations or the same people into your life is keeping you in this pain. But if you actually address this pain, if you take it into your heart, you feel it, then you can release it. If you can see that this tower, whatever that tower represents for you, isn't working for you, you'll easily let it go. Because down the line, you're going to say that that was a blessing. You know, what comes to mind for me was, I'm kind of coming up to a big change myself. You know, my mum's getting ready to transition. When my father transitioned, darling, I lost an apartment. I lost a job. I lost my car. I mean, I lost all these things. But then so much more wonderful things came out of it. Yeah, it was a little struggle for a while. It was. It was a struggle. There's no doubt in my mind it was a struggle. But it was just, I got through it, darling. I got through it. We always get through it. We get through it, and, would I have it any other way? Yes, I would have it another way. I would have taken steps before that to change things. Instead, I allowed life to happen to me. And we all get there. Now, I happen to my life. It's about taking control. It's about directing your life in the way you want to direct it. It's not letting the tower come in, right? It's being the tower. It's burning that stuff down yourself and moving on. Leo, it may be challenging and you may not feel it right now, but it is a transformational time for you, and you are going to come out triumphant and stronger and more powerful than you've ever been. It's going to be okay, darling. It really is. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it on your social media, comment and give me feedback, and subscribe if you haven't already. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. For a personal reading with Mary, go to www.liveinthesolution.com.